My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is November 30th, 2023. It is 12:58 a.m. 1 o'clock. Alright, this is my back end. 3,580 subscribers. New subscribers, welcome. My estimate revenue, not going anywhere, $291.23. I bet you by the time I'm editing, well, I'm probably gonna edit this video sometimes tomorrow because there's a video that I recorded late this morning, so I'll be editing that later. But anyway, this amount will go down again, despite the fact that every day I have a video. My subscription, my subscribers numbers is growing. I mean, I don't have that tremendous huge amount of views, but for some reason the revenue keeps on going down. Right now it shows $291.23. It's gonna go back down later on. I'll show you a screenshot by the time I'm editing. Whenever I'm editing, I'll show you the screenshot. All right, if it's another day, I'll put the date of that screenshot. Okay, so that's that. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. I have a lot of tweets to share with you, and most of them you probably seen it. I have about 27 tweets, and they all make reference to the end game, the discussion that we're going on. So I have a lot, and there's a lot of video from the UK that talks about it. Alright, so this one is the first one. Alright, Good Morning America or something like that, and I think I have it. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Damn. Alright. Okay. Shoosh. Alright. Something happened to my editing thing. Alright. So this is the first video. Okay. America doesn't care about the noise that's coming out of the UK. They're like, okay, we see the crap every day in the US. It's no big deal. We report the message and move on. Alright. So it's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. There will be screenshot here and there, but the main thing is just listen.
The new drama facing the royal family, a controversial new book detailing the state of the British monarchy, is putting rifts and scandals back into the spotlight. NBC's Joe Fryer is here with more on the revelations and some reaction. Hey, Joe, morning.
Hey there, good morning. So while the royal family is used to life in the public eye, this latest book called EndGame is divulging new personal and private details of those royal relationships. This morning, a new book is stirring up some royal family drama. Titled EndGame, Inside the Royal Family and the Monarchy's Fight for Survival, royal author Omid Scobie writes about the state of the British monarchy.
The very title is incredibly loaded. EndGame doesn't paint a particularly positive image for the future of the House of Windsor.
Already,
Isn't that woman is the one, there's some issues with her about the phone hacking? I'm not sure, but I think she has some issues with the phone hacking as well. All right, but let's listen.
causing a stir, the book's treatment of one of Harry and Meghan's most controversial claims, that a royal family member allegedly discussed the skin color of the couple's unborn child.
And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
Now, after reports that the Dutch version of the book named that family member, it's been pulled from shelves in the Netherlands. The publisher says an error occurred in the Dutch translation and is currently being rectified. Scobie is now responding.
Unfortunately, I can't speak Dutch.
Wow. That's... Ooh. They're gonna pull it out. Well, the people who have it already have the information. But that's a lot of money. How they gonna... Whew. That's a huge mistake. But let's listen.
Dutch, so I haven't seen the copy for myself. I edited and wrote the English version. There's never been a version that I've produced that has names in it.
NBC News has not obtained or independently verified the contents of the Dutch version. The book is also bringing some more old family feuds to the surface, portraying the Princess of Wales as cold, King Charles as pampered, and alleging Prince William leaked stories about Prince Harry to the press.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Alleging Prince William leaked stories about Prince Harry to the press. Scobie.
This is not news. This is not news. We should not, I mean, at least the squad should not be shocked about this. We know already, and the Royal Wat's been telling us they are the one who's leaking to the press. Okay, Martin Brenning is one of them.
Is known for having well-placed sources close to the Sussexes.
When it comes to who he sympathises with, absolutely, it's Harry and Meghan.
Scobie is calling the rift between the brothers irreparable. Of late, Prince William appears focused on his charitable causes, stepping out in London Monday night for the Tusk Conservation Awards.
We do have the power to change this.
Well, his younger brother continues to champion causes of his own, seen with Meghan in Canada last week, the site of the 2025 Invictus Games. The current reality of the brothers' relationship, a far cry from their once close bond. NBC News has reached out.
They were never close, by the way. They were never close. The media made them seem like they were close, but they were never close.
Probably one of my first tables, probably. Me turning up thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me, when in fact he just ignored me.
Harry said so.
Out to Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, and the Sussexes for reaction to this new book, but we have not heard back from any of those parties.
All right, Joe, thank you. The new drama.
There's one tweet that I have where one of the squad is saying for Harry and Meghan to just stay quiet, let them deal with this, because it has nothing to do with them. They didn't write the book, so let Omid defend his book. Meghan and Harry said what they had to say in the Oprah interview. That's good enough. Let them deal with that. Okay, let me read some of the comments. Okay, it's cute saying Harry and William had a close bond. This is what I was saying. They were never close. That's BS. They were never close. You see, I didn't even see this. Okay, they never had a close bond. That was media manufactured. Harry explains this in Spare. You see? Okay, Harry and Meghan have moved on and done so. I don't know why it's so difficult for others to do so. They are the it couple. No matter which royal family member they talk about, somewhere Harry and Meghan will be brought into it. There's that. Okay, I love their reporting too. Americans are used to crazy family fighting each other. They don't care. None of this could change their affection for Harry and Meghan, and US title are not important. Money, on the contrary, is important. That's for sure. Okay, no close bond. Prince Harry confirmed it in his book. Okay, they were never close. Yeah, the squad knows. Right after this, that's it. Whatever's on the screen. Let me read from bottom up. Okay, and William were never close. Okay, Harry and William never close. Only the UK media love the drama. Willie leaks. William leaks stories to the press. Everybody knows Willie leaks now. His reputation is forever tarnished. And he brought it up on himself. Let's go to the next tweet. There's tons of comment, but let's move on. I have a lot more to share with you. Next tweet. Let's pause. Come on. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Alright, throughout the day, the squad were throwing a lot of tweets out, and I think I have most of them on here. And you guys, if you read my community board, you probably have seen them already. So I wasn't sure what was said until I came across this. Okay, so I sort of arranged the list in order of relevance, so that way we will know where certain discussion come from. Okay, so this is the video that a lot of the squad were making reference of. Okay, Prince William still protected, only his wife will be thrown under the bus. Okay, 23 seconds, just listen, but there will be screenshots. Okay,
but now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Katherine, Princess of Wales.
King Charles and Katherine. Oh my God, he made sure to protect William. He made sure to protect William. Okay, she's not a victim. The real question is why are senior palace insider confirming the story? Let me go into that. What is that? William is ready to move on away from Kate. Charles will end up only being the mediator between Harry and William. Okay, between Harry and Meghan and Kate. As much as they hate Harry and Meghan, they are beginning to realize they need some sort of a relationship with them. Get Kate out and use that to try to build back a relationship. Could be, but definitely William is done with Kate, so they're gonna, any opportunity that occur to throw her under the bus, they'll do that, and this is one of them right now. Okay, palace insiders should ask themselves how it was that Dan Wootton conference to know who it was well before Omid's book was out. He actually suggested there was a group of people who were in the know already. Do the insiders believe the leak to Dan came from the Sussexes? Okay, I do not follow Dan Wootton. Even before they fire him, I never follow him. All the royal rats I don't follow. Whatever I show you or screenshots or whatever the squads are talking about. Like this video, if the squad then retweet it, I will not know. Okay, so I know the squad will do the research and put the more relevant things out there on Twitter, which is what I'm able to share with you. So I don't know what Dan Wootton have said regarding that part. The only thing that I'm aware of is that Dan Wootton said the palace is leaking to the press. That I'm aware of, and I've shared that video with you guys many times. Okay, let's see here. Probably confirming to distract from something much larger. Okay, that's a commercial. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. He just makes sure that's Piers Morgan to make sure to put the other one, the name in. Alright, so this one is a 8-second version here. Okay, apparently Charles and Katherine are the royal racists. Charles, I believe, was concerned about the appearance of a two-tone monarchy. Kate, I strongly feel, is straight up racist. Okay, Piers Morgan just named royals who had concerns. Let's see here, 8 seconds.
The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Katherine, Princess of Wales.
And he's done. Oh my God, this guy is a baggage for God, no matter what. Racist and just feel away about Harry and Meghan's marriage and family. She was still making cow eyes at him at the funeral, and we saw her. She was stepping toward Meghan's at the walkabout. Okay, don't like Piers Morgan, but he called out the racists. Okay, I doubt they are the only two racists within that family. What about that woman with the brooch during that get together at the beginning of Harry and Meghan into the, well, pretty much Meghan into the family? Alright, so they all are. It's depending on the level of them showing it, or maybe how the tabloids show their racist type of royals. Okay, the dysfunctional clans are only throwing each other under the bus. I was always suspicious of Charles, who chose Archie's birthday for his coronation. That may never come into contact with his biracial grandkids. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of hashtag here. Not hashtag, tag different news organization. Okay, don't add up to me. If Meghan wrote to King Charles II about the two royals, doesn't make sense. In my opinion, it's Will and Kate. Okay, it just doesn't add up. Okay, what about her parents? I know this behavior is taught. What is it? The brother was selling some swastikas kind of thing. Alright, he was proud of it. He was showing it off. Okay, Skeletor, aka Kate, is probably a Nazi too. First generation with underwear. Oh my God. And she thinks she's above it all. Oh, Meg is a lie. Nah, everything that Harry and Meghan said in the Oprah interview have come true. Oh wait, hasn't Meg been proven to be a compulsive? Oh please. They've shown everything that Harry and Meghan said have come true. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. These are the ones who's you know, the haters. They will always show themselves, so I take the opportunity to just black. Alright, so next tweet. Politic UK. Breaking, Piers Morgan has named King Charles and Katherine, Princess of Wales, as the alleged royal racist and Omid Scobie's withdrawn Dutch book. Alright, so there's that here. And we've seen this. Let's read some of the comments. Okay, they are not racist. The idea Charles will say that about his own grandson is absolute fiction. Kate is lovely and dignified. Absolute lie. Okay, whatever. We have eyes. What is it? When William and Kate went to the Caribbean, the way they present themselves, she didn't even want to let the lady, I think she was a minister of something, all right, to touch her. To see the kids, they had to put them somewhat behind a fence. I mean, whatever. People could try to pretend for them. That's their problem. But the truth is out there. Okay, not surprised. Her action. What is it when Charles, not recently, when he went to, was it Kenya? He went to Kenya. He can't even walk on the freaking ground. They have to put a freaking red carpet for him. So there's a lot of things you could put together. And that to be in a marriage, didn't even get out of the car for one of those particular areas that Charles. The whole family is racist, okay? Just look at their history, their colonialism past, how they interpret it. Even the queen. There's the queen. There's a video I have the queen. I don't know where I have it. But her talking about one of a diplomat, I believe. Okay? How she described the diplomat as a gorilla or something. And there's Charles sitting at the table laughing his head off about that. Alright? So they all are racist.
It's extremely difficult sometimes to keep a straight face. When the Home Secretary said to me, there's a gorilla coming in. So I said, what an extraordinary remark to make, very unkind about anybody. And so, I stood in the middle of the room and pressed the bell and the doors opened. And there was a gorilla. And I had the most terrible trouble in keeping, he had short body, long arms. And I had the most appalling trouble.
It depends how the media is showing them. Okay, that's that. Let's go into it and see what some of the people are saying. Oh, there's the video that I was saying. That lady, I think she has a high profile position. Kate didn't even want her to touch her. Okay, wait till you find out what he once did to his own wife, or when he wrote a book publicly calling the queen a bad mother. There's a few betrayal of family members to refer to. There's a laugh here. She's making reference to Charles' book, who was talking about his parents, okay, the Queen and Philip. Laughing my ass off. You're too old to be buying into the royal propaganda of Kate and Charles. Kate is literally far from being lovely and dignified. What the F? Behind the curtain and public facade, Kate Middleton is disgusting, vile woman. Alright, so there's this here. I'm telling you, the squad. Alright, there's the thing when they went to Jamaica. 6 seconds. Look how the lady's trying to show her, and look how Kate is holding her hand back, and meanwhile the lady's saying, come on. I don't know. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my god. Look at her hand, like a freaking retarded. Doesn't even want the lady to touch her. They're all a baggage for God. Kate literally mean girls every freaking woman that comes in her direction. Her public facade is as fake gets. Kate Middleton is a vile racist. I needed this laugh. This is what people will do for fame and fortune. Disgraceful. At least we know she's an abhorrent liar. We all suspected her to be of poor character. There's the laugh. Do they often discuss these things with you? Know them, do you? Alright, so let's get out of this. Okay, I went into that. There's 131 comment to tell her straight up what's going on. So let's black. You know what? Let's leave it. Let's leave it. Alright, not surprised her action. Let's pause this. Not surprised her action have shown this. Imagine going to your father-in-law with concern about your brother-in-law unborn baby. Disgusting. Alright, let's go into that 6th comment here. You don't even know if it's true. Amazing, you believe everything like you were personally there. You see, it's a concern rather than a possible piece of curious speculation, because that was how it was put out in the Oprah interview, which also contained demonstrably false claim. Will there have been a similar issue if the speculation had been about a red hair evidence? Whatever. The thing was raised during the Oprah interview. This is here being confirmed pretty much, because the royal family was saying they're not racist, they're not that. You have all their mouthpiece coming out to protect them. So there's the book here come out, and then we're hearing this now. Alright, so there's this here, a video. I believe I have it separately somewhere else, but let's listen to this. Piers Morgan now say he doesn't believe there are racists in the royal family. Funny because in this video he said the opposite. Alright, so where did he say? I have this video, but I don't know where he then said there was a racist.
Asian. She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress. Those are 4 ticks. No member of the royal family, the senior members, ever thought they would see having to be ticked when it came to Harry's bride.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep. I can hear Diana laughing now.
Meghan's marrying into a family which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy track record on race. It's not Meghan Markle's problem, it's their problem.
Asian.
Yeah, that's exactly that. It's not Meghan's problem. Alright? She literally left. They have a problem with her, so she left. And then they still have a problem. From this point on, it's just God's will to do what he feels is best for this situation. But we're not gonna get another version of Diana kind of thing here. Alright? But the world is on full blast of this racist, evil-minded family. Alright, so there's the squad with that thing here. I'm not surprised after seeing how Kate treated Meghan. I guess I have to break the terrible news that Santa isn't real. So if Kate racism surprised you. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. There's that video I just watched. Alright, so talking about it's not Meghan's problem. So let's just read this and some of the comment. Piers Morgan now say he doesn't believe there are racists in the royal family. Funny because in this video he said the opposite. Alright, so what is that? Okay, isn't he a professional liar? Now he said the only racist is the Princess Henry, Duchess of Sussex, Meghan herself. That man is pure trash. Okay, that's because the member of the royal family is now named must stay on the good side of the Charles the Crow. Why he is such a liar? He said that what his body double. Crazy. Alright, so that's an ad. Let's go to the next one. I think there's more comments, but let's move on. A lot to share with you. Next one here. Apparently, it's not Omid Scobie that named Kate Middleton as royal racist in his book. The leaked Dutch translation of the Omid books named King Charles. Huh. Very interesting. It's Piers Morgan who added Kate Middleton as the racist who asked how dark Prince Archie will be. Y'all believe it? What? So in other words, even though the book made a mistake of something, because we just heard Omid say he didn't name anybody. So they made a mistake of something, and now Kate's name was not even in the book. But Piers Morgan put Kate in it. Am I getting that correctly? Piers Morgan added Kate as the name, the racist, about Harry's children. Scanton. Whatever. Like I said, that's her baggage. Egg probably is done with her. So they're trying a way out since she's not signing the papers, I think. They're finding a reason to get rid of her. Okay, the next plot here is probably saying the reason why the brothers are distant is because of her. That's what they're gonna do. I think that's what they're gonna try to frame her to be. Alright, the brothers are not that close, as if Harry doesn't have a say on everything. But I've always said, however, that I really feel very disgusting the way Kate have behaved, because when she married into the royal family, Harry had welcomed her with open arms and treated her like a sister-in-law and protected her through the tabloid. But when Harry bring in Meghan, this is the nonsense that's her baggage. Okay, that's her baggage to deal with. Alright, so let's read some of the comment. So he's ready to get rid of her. Yeah, so the whole point that I was trying to say is that he's finding a way to get rid of her. Okay, to dissolve that marriage, because I think he's done already. Okay, the clan are throwing each other under the bus. We are very much not a racist family. There's that here. Yes, I do. Kitty no stocking is the racist commander-in-chief. She might have had that conversation with William or Sophiesta. I don't think it was Chuck. Okay, he did say that he knew who the racists were. Okay, Kate and William. Considering Piers Morgan dined in the palace, I'm sure he got permission to throw Kate, that's right, and the king under the bus to protect William. He will not reveal their identity without the permission of the palace. Another episode of Protect William. That's a very good way of putting it. Oh, that's a commercial here. Let's read what's there and then that's it. Let me read bottom up. When push comes to shove, those two upcoming spares is William's household or toast. Our Sussex kid will be safe distance cousin. Okay? I'm not sure about this. I'm wondering if Kate is being thrown under the bus to shield someone else. Example, e.g. William. She's the most obvious sacrificial lamb now. Harry and Meghan have left. That is true. Whether or not it was her, she's being used to protect William. Without Harry and Meghan, she can be easily thrown under the bus, especially since she and William look like they can't stand each other. Alright, seems the name, whoever it is, was well known among the royal circles. Even Wotton claimed he knew who it was. Surely he did not get that information from Sussexes. The king's correspondence may kept under lock, but his aide already know about it and small talks happen. That's true. Okay, I believe we'll kill two birds in one stone. Yep, that's exactly that. Okay, I sincerely believe it was Willie and Wadey born Mambo McButtons. Okay, if the person who asked about Archie's skin color was Kate, Meghan wouldn't have gone on record to say Kate is a good person. That's a very good, yeah, that is true. I didn't think about that. This is a very good point. If the person who asked about Archie's skin color was Kate, Meghan wouldn't have gone on record to say Kate is a good person. Very good point. I agree with this. She also said to Harry, it's your brother. I have never heard her say one good thing about Will. Even though she did Charles, Will is a weakling and using Kate. Yeah, I think this is a very good point. This is a very good point. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I'm telling you, the squads are good with the investigative reporting kind of thing. Alright, next tweet. There's another video here. Okay, look at that wig woman lying on her 14-year-old daughter. Better Kate than Meghan. Alright, 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Tradition of the monarchy. Okay, so as people get older, they will warm to the traditions that they've had, and those are the Gen Z that you're talking about. My daughter, now she's 14, she loves Kate. She thinks Kate is fantastic, and Kate and William have already shown that they are ready to adapt with the times and move, and they haven't
adapt with the time. Is she for real? Like they say here, lying on her 14-year-old daughter. Oh my God, is she for real? Adapt to the time?
Yes, what good did Meghan do for the royal family?
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. It's very exciting and it looks beautiful, and I'm sorry if you were waiting for a bit in this sunshine though. It's pretty nice to have such good weather. So I thought that it would probably be helpful for you to understand how we ended up here today and why this collection was so important to conceive based on the visits and what I was seeing when I was on site at SmartWorks. And let's maybe go back a little bit.
Yes, what good did Meghan do for the royal family?
This is more than a cookbook. And what I mean by that is the power of food is more than just the meal itself. It is the story behind it. And when you get to know the story of the recipe, you get to know the person behind it.
Yes, what good did Meghan do for the royal family? What good did Meghan do for the royal family?
Ulavanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today. As a university graduate, I know the personal feeling of pride and excitement that comes with attending university. From the moment you receive your acceptance letter, to the exams you spend countless late nights studying for, the lifelong friendship.
What good did Meghan do for the royal family?
And now, it's my great pleasure and privilege to invite Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, to speak.
Good evening, everyone. Your Excellencies, Prime Minister, Mr. and Mrs. Bridges, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, Good evening. Tenika Tokatoa.
Your Royal Highness, please accept the inscribed testament on which you took the oath.
Then came the big moment and the speech, with everyone taking bets on whether the princess would attempt a few words in Welsh.
I am extremely grateful to you, Lord Mayor, and to the City Council, and to the City of Cardiff, for granting me the freedom of the city. I realise it is a very great honour, and I am most grateful. I would like to try to express my thanks to you in Welsh, also. Mae'n blesar cael dod e Gymru, hoffwn ddod eto yn fuan.
What good did Meghan do for the royal family?
These are some of the things Meghan have done for the UK, not for herself, for the heir to the throne, for the UK. There's so much more. I don't even have time to put all of them. This is just a few. So you people don't appreciate what these ladies have done for your heir to the throne, for your country. She represents your country very well. You all are some sort of unappreciative piece of...
What did Meghan do for the royal family?
What? The cookbook, smart work, and are these people for real? Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me start all over, okay? This will be the screenshot, by the way, for the entire conversation.
Tradition of the monarchy. Okay, so as people get older, they will warm to the traditions that they had, and those are the Gen Z that you're talking about. My daughter now, she's 14. She loves Kate. She thinks Kate is fantastic, and Kate and William have already shown that they are ready to adapt with the times and move, and they
haven't adapted.
Yes, they have.
What good did Meghan do for the royal family?
The difference between Kate and Meghan is that Kate is very much, she's like a cardboard cutout. She is the perfect royal. She's a
cardboard cutout. I didn't see that coming. This lady, I've heard her before. Wasn't she another video? Alright, she's telling facts right now. Just like the other presenter was saying, Kate just shut her mouth and just zip it. I forgot. A mute woman. That's the word. Mute woman.
One of the reasons Katherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned mute woman.
Take note, Nicola.
There it is.
Right.
All right, but let's continue. I'm sorry, I had to pause that because I was laughing. Some of you don't like that.
Was when they made that, she and William made that disastrous tour of the Caribbean. There they were in that Jeep. They could have been there 50 years before, and it was a complete disaster. Now, Meghan has...
They could have been there 50 years before. She's pardon. I'm coughing. All right, let me move it back slightly. If you want to hear this without me interrupting, hey, it's probably somewhere on YouTube, so go search for it. And the other thing I have to add while I interrupt this portion here is that the institution, and when you look at the environment around the world, okay, they are not willing to change. So they're going back. Look at the Middle East, the things that's happening. Those elites people, the rich and powerful, those business people, they the one who's running the damn world. And the UK as well. So they are willing to go back. The same type of environment. So if people think it's just about race, they got a big thing coming. Well, the most group that's gonna be penalized in this kind of sick mindset are the dark and brown people. Look what's happening in the Middle East. So they are willing to go back. They already done with Charles. Okay, Charles have done the parts that they needed already. So William is the product of what they really wanted. They have molded William to what they really wanted. So Charles is done. Probably Camilla too, because Camilla, I've always viewed Camilla as the insider for those, you know, whatever, for the elite people. All these are my humble opinion. Go look on PYTE, the video that I did that has the UK flag, and then in the upper right corner has the map of somewhat the world, but pretty much it shows where the Commonwealth country is located at. Okay, so I think I called that video The Firm. Go watch that video. There's some stuff I said in that. I came to a realization. I was like, oh my God, those people are looking, you know, I forgot the exact word that I said, but this is in connection to that video. Okay, so these people, that including the US, that including the UK, and probably some other European countries, they are ready to move back to the same old tactic, manipulate other countries and take their natural resources and do their business thing. Okay, so they are willing to go back. William is the product of what they wanted. All right, so they want William, the firm, the institution, the monarch, to stay there. Why? I'm talking in terms of the powerful, the rich, the business people, because they want to hide, okay, behind the monarchy, because they feel like they could just manipulate the institution, and the institution will be the front for them, okay, because the institution, they cannot be prosecuted, they cannot be arrested, they cannot do all of this. So the business people are staying behind the monarchy, and then the monarchy is doing the dirty work for them. Okay, so William is the product for them. All right, so every little tactic here and there, I'm seeing their full intention. I don't have a freaking crystal ball in front of me. I'm just reading what's happening between the lines. Similar to Omid Scobie's book, EndGame. He connected the dot for some people, and then they all crying foul when all the information were already out there. Okay, so that's what I'm saying here. Let's get back to the original recording.
Years before, and it was a complete disaster. Now, Meghan has charisma. Kate does not. The press have tried for 5 years, for 5-6 years, they have tried and tried to make Kate every day in the press. She's beautiful, she's this, she wears Zara earrings. So they've tried very, very hard to make her into somebody like Diana, and she's not. The thing about Meghan is she's the same as the people. Like this country, she's multicultural. She is.
So is Kate. No, just because she's mixed race.
She's made her own living.
No, look.
Oh my God, this woman, she's trying, the black woman, she's trying to stop the other lady from telling the facts about Meghan. Oh my God, I can't wait for her baggage to come. What's her name? Something Nina something? I forgot. I don't know her name. The black woman.
Is that people like tradition. Is that people like tradition.
Keep a straight face. When the Home Secretary said to me, there's a gorilla coming in. So I said, what an extraordinary remark.
Is that people like tradition.
To make, very unkind about anybody. And so, I stood in the middle of the room and pressed the bell and the doors opened, and there was a gorilla.
And we like tradition, and people do enjoy that, and that's one of the things.
Older people
One of the things.
That white woman is spot on. That white woman, older people do the same thing that the other president had said about Kate being a mute woman. What is this black woman for real? I don't know her name, but my God. And she refused for the other lady to talk about Meghan, interrupting her.
That people like about that is the continuity of the monarchy and the consistency of it. And so you may say older people like it, but my daughter, she's a teenager, she loves that consistency. Now, Meghan was disruptive for the royal family, and it hasn't worked out. We don't want...
Meghan didn't say a damn thing. She just went and do the work, charitable work, and then stay in the background. Is she for freaking real? Oh, I can't wait for her baggage.
Somebody like that dealing with the royal family.
You say young people support Meghan.
We were just waiting for her to come, and she came near me and asked my name and how my day was, how long I was waiting, and I asked her if I could have a hug, and she hugged me back. So that was just quite an amazing moment. I'm still shaking now. I can't really explain what the feeling was when she did it.
No, don't. And you know what, Nina? What will it take? What will it take for you to finally accept that Meghan really is not right for the royal family? Seriously, you even said that you agree with her. She went on Oprah. She lied. We all know they lied about racism.
The royals who are named in this book,
we all know they lied about racism,
are King Charles and Katherine, Princess of Wales.
I'm gonna just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
She did not lie. She did not. This is going over old ground, and we know that. We know this.
Well, it is relevant. That's why she's not.
Oh my God. They will refuse for the white lady who's telling the facts, the truth to talk. Oh my God, I can't wait for her baggage.
I mean, what are the such terrible things that she said? But listen, let me just say to you, Meghan is somebody that we can actually look up to as a woman. Kate has never. Kate.
Wow, the black lady is laughing. Someone to look up to. Yes, Meghan is. Like I've said about those young ladies who were not just the kids at school who were making the hand signal with Meghan when Meghan went to visit the school. What I've said about that, Meghan was a bright light. They refused to, the institution saw that, and that's why they were trying to, shut Meghan down. Yes, Meghan is someone to look up to. Self-made. She's not asking people for money, and this woman is laughing about it. Oh my God, I can't wait for her baggage. That's all I could say about that. Okay? Perfect royal women don't show their hoo-ha all over the place. Kate needs to wear underwear because no one needs to see her pubic hair. She also needs to develop some skills so she doesn't have to depend on her waning sexuality and clothes for attention. There's this here. I'm gonna have to blur some stuff here because they're showing between her legs. Okay, oh Lord, let me just black this distraction. Okay, she's lying on her daughter. Now her daughter has to fight at lunchtime tomorrow. Probably. Okay, Kate looks very out of place around people who don't have a title or wealth. Meghan has welcome energy and aura that's relatable. It's like Harry's. That is true. What is it? That video that I saw. Oh, let me move that. That video that I saw of her with the red coat in the middle of all these people where Ford Fiesta and Egg were talking, and then she's just standing there elbowing William, and then there's that other Asian diplomat somewhere in the room. Seems like wanted to have a conversation. Kate looked like out of place. I even made that suggestion. If the Sussexes were there, they will be mangling with the people, and then later on the tabloid will be bashing on them because Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan, will be very comfortable in the middle of all these people. Okay, she's like, okay, I read this. Kate looks very out of place around people who don't. Okay, I read that as well. It frustrates me when this woman cannot articulate a simple defense of Meghan. Meghan did more for the British public, smart work, that's the thing that I was saying, together cookbook, etc. in a short period than Kate did over 10 years. That short period, I call it a few seconds, being over there. Yep, this is exactly that. Okay, what I hate about this is they overtalk her. That's the thing that I was saying. She refused to let the white woman to speak because she was saying facts about Meghan. Okay, what I hate about this is they overtalk her and they make sure that there's the loudest voices in the room so that she cannot get out a word edgewise. It is done on purpose. Yep. Oh, so that's her name here. And Nina gives Angela more leeway to talk to talk shit about Meghan than anybody. Okay, who is it? Who is the white lady? I'll go into that. I need to know her name. My mother been lying on me my whole life. Shit was wild, but I made it. Let's see here. Okay, Nina Miss Show. Okay, so Nina is the black lady, I think. A British journalist. She is well balanced for all night. One reality in the British media industry. Nina Misko. Who? Let me make sure. If it's the black lady, this guy just passed away. I find out. Okay, so that's her, Nina Misko. Okay, British journalist, television personality. All right, so 77. Wow, she's 77. Okay, so that's her. I thought Nina was the black lady, so I almost got it wrong. Thank God. When I saw the last name, it sounds like a European kind of last name, so I had to go and check. All right, next tweet. All right, so there's another video here. All right, so that's from Meredith. It's a Ab Fab skit. Okay, it's about Fab skit. It truly is. All right, so this is from GB News. Okay, he said, I was the Telegraph royal editor. I never been the royal editor. Facts matter. Camilla Tamney is referred to an Omid Scobie new book, but it's not quite accurate, as Camilla corrects several falsehoods within an endgame. Alright, so 2 minutes and 36 seconds. That's me responding here of her not being royal editor. Did anybody like it? Only 2 people saw it. Alright, so let's see here.
Let's get on to Endgame. The book by Omid Scobie has hit the bookshelves. I'm in it. Why don't I just tell you what he says about me? It talks about the fact that I wrote this piece about, you know, the dog bowl incident where William grabs Harry and they have a fight, and I think he's got him by the lapels, and then he pushes him to the ground, and then quite amusingly he sort of says, don't tell Meghan, don't tell Meghan what's happened. You know, I basically sort of wrote a piece saying, actually I felt that demonstrated William's desperate love for his little brother, and this idea that he felt he was losing him to Meghan, and he was sort of so irate about it all that he obviously resorted to violence, which wasn't a good thing. And
oh, okay, so that's what I was waiting to for her to finish her thought. I was like, this is loving? To take him by the throat and throwing on the dog bowl, that's bad. But there it is. She correct herself, I think, after listening to herself saying this BS. But let's continue.
Anyway, Scobie, bless his heart, he's described me as the Telegraph's royal editor. I've never been the Telegraph's royal editor. I'm the associate editor. Facts matter.
Yes. Let me just pick you up again, because facts are important. I know you like a narrative, but facts are important.
Facts matter.
But facts are important.
And he says, this was me apparently bizarrely sounding like the excuses of domestic abusers everywhere. Domestic abusers? Has Omid Scobie understood the notion of sibling rivalry? I've got 2 older brothers. They were at each other's throats the whole time. I think I was in several headlocks back in the 80s and 90s. It's not a domestic abuse case, is it?
So, your family is into all of these abuse. Oh, no wonder why the squad were talking about that. About their, do their family fight like this or something like that. I'm telling you, the squad make reference to a lot of things. Now I see where that come from. My goodness.
Anyway, there's that. I'm going to bring Dickie Arbiter into the conversation now, former press secretary to Queen Elizabeth II. Dickie, you're in the book as well. Are you trashed, or what's said about you?
Well, isn't this guy who also was part of the YouTubers who were hiring those royal reporters to talk about the Oprah interview when they didn't even see it?
We found some royal experts and used our very own royal expert to gauge their interest.
Together a special for a UK broadcaster to be broadcast immediately after the interview that Harry and Meghan have given to CBS with Oprah. And we're looking for guests to comment on the interview, basically. So it will be pre-recorded. So we're actually recording it tomorrow, and it's just to offer kind of an immediate reaction to the interview that will then go out after the interview, if that makes sense.
Within minutes, the Queen's former press secretary, Dickie Arbiter,
Former press secretary to Queen Elizabeth II, Dickie.
The Queen's former press secretary, Dickie Arbiter, The editor of Majesty magazine Ingrid Seward, royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams, and CNN's Victoria Arbiter all agreed to offer their instant reaction to an interview that hadn't even broadcast. All agreed to offer their instant reaction to an interview that hadn't even broadcast.
Wasn't he part of that? Okay, but let's listen.
I can't remember. I skipped over it so
Right.
quickly.
Forget that.
Move
I tell you
on.
what, there's another thing in the book about the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, formerly known as the Earl and Countess of Wessex. And it says that an interview took place where they were asked about the Oprah interview, and they said, Oprah who? And he said this was an example of their bigotry. Can I just say, I did that interview with the Earl and Countess of Wessex, as they were then known. That's Sophie and Edward. To the
I know what she's making reference to, because I remember the squad. It's probably in one of my videos, not on this channel, on PYTE. Is that when they asked Sophie about Oprah, and she said, Oprah who? And then the squad came with pictures of her going to Oprah's school in South Africa and all of that. So, yeah. But anyway.
Uninitiated. And what they were saying was, I was trying to obviously get a newsline out of them. What do you think of Oprah? And they kind of went, Oprah who? As in, you know, we can't really mention her name because it's all very sensitive.
She's digging herself in a deeper hole. There's only one Oprah. I haven't come across anybody else whose name is Oprah. Maybe younger people whose parents probably were fans of Oprah, probably named their children. But other than that, Oprah is the only Oprah that I'm aware of. My goodness.
So again, that's taken out of context. Interestingly, you know, the only person at the royal wedding that didn't recognise Oprah, do you know who that was, Dickie?
Probably the king.
Not the king. It was actually the Archbishop of Canterbury. Apparently, he had a 20-minute conversation with Oprah and then left
And hadn't got a clue
the
who she
wedding
was.
and said to his staff at Lambeth Palace afterwards, I had this conversation with this extraordinary woman who seems to be big in America on telly. And they were like, was it Oprah? He was like, oh.
On telly. So he knows about it. On telly. Giving all this information. So
That's who it was.
But with this woman, when Meghan came out regarding the miscarriage and all of that, she trashed Meghan. Okay, I remember that very well. And then few months later, could have been a year later, she come with her sobbing story that she had a miscarriage. And I'm like, how am I supposed to feel for you after you had trashed Meghan for saying she had a miscarriage? Alright, it's on PYTE, that one. Okay, so there's me here. Wait a second. Is that her here with this guy? There's that here. Okay, Omid unfortunately has given all of these losers some sort of a relevance. They will be banging on about this book for months. Camilla Tomney is a liar. Why don't Omid do a book on Kate Middleton, Camilla Tomney, and Angela Levine? Go behind the curtains, tell the stories. They don't want the public to know about them. If you told me this was a parody, I will believe you. In fact, I'm not certain it's not. Okay, no one takes her seriously. And then to bring Dickie, and who has no credibility either. That's the one, you know, who was in the, who was giving interview about the Oprah interview that he didn't even see. Alright, they're all out here flailing, and I've got my popcorn ready. Okay, I look forward to Camilla Tomney reaction when she's mentioned in one of your books, Media Literacy. Let's go to the next tweet. Alright. These people. So there's the thing here with him being in Jamaica. That was supposed to be right after the other video with the black lady in it. The white lady was saying William and Kate should have been whatever 50 years prior. Okay, so there's the relevance that he thinks. Was it Nina? The black lady, I forgot her name. Okay. Quote, but these hint of a brewing crisis, whether speculative or evidence or supplementary. The crisis is obvious and has been since Brexit, if we're really calling it that. It's much larger than a family estrangement and remaining estranged. Alright, so there's the Guardian here. Great reading in the opening paragraph. I wasn't into it, but once you pass that, wow, what an analysis. Alright, so that's from the Guardian. I'll put the link for you guys in the description. Okay, you guys could read it. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Since they mentioned it, I'm just putting it for you. Alright, I have to remember to grab the link. Next tweet. Alright, so there's this here. 2023 peak in January when Harry was like, Well, yes, my brother is bald and ugly. I'm screaming at this for Prince Harry to smirk, and the interview as Anderson Cooper is reading this excerpt back is hilarious. This was so mean. Oh my god. What is it? Even Harry made fun of himself that his hair is done. He's doomed. I think that was in the Netherlands last year during the Invictus. He was promoting the game.
Well, you've got a lot more to be done, huh? It's also empty when she's gone.
Not gonna take a long time before I.
But you're slower than me. I'm doomed.
We're having the same barber, I guess.
We've called some bird nest.
On the Netherlands TV, 25 seconds.
You write about a contentious meeting you had with him in 2021. You said, I looked at Willie, really looked at him, maybe for the first time since we were boys. I took it all in. His familiar scowl, which had always been his default in dealings with me, his alarming baldness, more advanced than my own, his famous resemblance to Mummy, which was fading with time, with age. It's pretty cutting.
I don't see it as cutting at all. You
write about
So that's that here. Okay, after what the royal family put Harry and Meghan through, if this is the worst Harry said about William, I don't see a problem. Okay, it is true, William used to look like Diana, and bald isn't attractive on him. Some men look cool when they shave their head. Willie, not so much. Well, isn't he some sort of a sex symbol now? That's why sexiest man. The smirk. Okay, they really think the man who said this is going to release a statement to protect them. Okay, the smirk, lol. He didn't think it was a cutting because it's so true. Okay, Baldy hasn't been the same since. There's a lot. That smirk is hilarious. But in all seriousness, Diana ripped her jeans right out from under that head of hair William used to have. Okay, it's hard to quantify how much natural aging changing William looks versus his ugly nature. Okay, he smirks just like his mother. Okay. After this, that's it. In my opinion, the reason is there too. Will seems never to have been much of a brother to Harry. His family squall, which had always been his default, and dealing with me. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Making reference to the end game. Okay, I'm starting to get tired, and I'm not even near the end. So there's more racists of the bunch. Okay, Princess Michael of Kent told aides that Duchess Meghan made it all about race. Alright, so that's from the book. People said that about Obama too. They couldn't avoid his race, so it was his fault. Same thing with Meghan. That's the thing here. You all knew my father was Nazi, and no one minded me saying racist things at event before she got here. So obviously she is the problem. That's a very good way of putting it. Yeah. Let's see, there's to comment here. These people just want to be how about trot without accountability. Haha. Is that just went in that the bush she's wearing and this picture make her tick completely irrelevant. She's one of the most racist of royal. Okay, no honey, you Michael of Kent, you start the ball rolling. That is true. That was from the beginning. What was it? Was it some sort of a get together before the wedding or something? The nerve if that Blackmore butch grifter. She racially abused black New Yorkers in a restaurant. Oh, I'm learning something here. Okay, she named her black sheep Venus and Serena. What? Okay, and a reminder her pa was a Nazi, but Meghan made it all about race. There's the thinking. I'll go into that. There's to comment. Alright, let me read this. Said the Blackmore fake princess. Alright, so let's go into that. So that the butch, these entitled cast of characters are totally classless. Okay, her father wasn't a Nazi. Quote, he was not a very loyal party member. In 1937, he had been summoned to appear before the highest party tribunal, accused of denigrating the swastika's flag. Wow, where was this from? That's a quote, by the way. This just reminded me of Kate's brother who was selling swastikas something. He had something in his hand with the swastika. They all are the same. Next tweet, God needs to give all of them a baggage to preoccupy them, to keep their mind away from Meghan. Okay, let's keep it all the way real. Born having concern about how black Meghan's child might look doesn't come as a surprise to anyone. Trying to find the one that had biased concern when it would be far quicker to find the one that didn't. Okay, so that was Pagan Trelawney. Okay, is she the second person? According to the Dutch translation, she is the person mentioned in the letter to Charles. Okay, and we saw the video of Piers Morgan naming him straight out. Why Bond removed herself to the first time. Harry took Meghan to meet them at their house. I am assuming that she was aware that they were stopping by the house. They have written multiple articles comparing Bond to the Queen's mother, who was very racist. Okay, so some of these are news to me. Okay, and that's the truth. The fact that there are so many options for being the racist royal should concern us, like spin a wheel. Let's play a game. Which of these folks is racist royal? Funny, not funny. Okay, they likely all had a problem with it. Yeah, I think so too. It depends on the level of their racistness that is being displayed and how the media is putting it out for us to see. All right, let me read bottom up. Wow. And this from the early years pioneer. She was concerned about how dark an unborn child would be and the impact on it. I hope all people of color take notice. Not that lady from that show I just shared with you, throwing, like the squad said, throwing her 14-year-old under the bus. I hope all people of color take notice of how many racists they are in that family. Never bent the knee to such unworthy people. I don't think they see that. Look how the other one was just defending them. Okay, I've decided it was all four of the gals, Chucky and Camilla, with Willie and Kate, because somehow, from a bad translation, are saying it was King Charles III trying to apologize to Meghan and her letters. Yet, like Star Wars, there is another. Okay, I think it was the language used and the way it was used that raised the alarm for Harry, for him to feel he had to tell Meghan. They both recognized it, what it is, racism. Like Harry was saying in one of the interview he did with, I think it was a GQ interview with that guy who rescued that white guy during the Black Lives Matter thing here. Harry said something in that nature that since marrying Meghan, some of the things that he is seeing from Meghan's perspective, he will never have noticed it. Okay, so now he understands. He sees things for what it is. And the others are not willing to change, to at least recognize certain things. That's the first thing, to recognize. But they refuse to recognize it. They continue their same behavior and all of that. So that's why I say God needs to give them a baggage to keep them preoccupied. If they don't want to change, give them something to keep their mind away from Meghan. The royal family has always been racist. They never kept it a secret. Like I was saying about the Queen. You have Charles, I don't know, who was at the table? Charles, Anne, Prince Philip. Yeah, I think that was them. All four of them. At that time, I don't think the others were born yet. Okay, making fun of that diplomat about gorilla. And Charles laughing his head off with his big ear. Right? There are many public examples of their racism that are far worse. Why would anyone accept them to be different in private? Exactly. All right. And Oprah, Harry and Meghan said there were conversations, so definitely other family members were part of it. But I think it's William and Kate who said it to Harry's face, maybe as a way to get him to divorce Meghan. Right. I feel like they're using that story as a deflection. Christian John, Dan Wootton, and William wanting to recruit Omid is a bigger story that the British media desperately trying to avoid. What? Let me read that again. Christian John, Dan Wootton, and William wanting to recruit Omid is a bigger story that the British media desperately trying to avoid. I don't know anything. Let me read that one comment, and then that'll be it for this. Okay, I can see the comment. Let's go to the next tweet. I don't know anything about that. That's news to me. Next tweet. Okay, so there's this here. The reason the British media and the British royal family are enraged at Omid Scobie rehashing the royal family's racist treatment of Harry and Meghan Markle and their kids is because the saga will be embedded in history books. This is the thing I've been saying for a very long time. Unless she probably listened to some of the things that I've said. I've said this way before on Pure YTE. What's this guy? Is it Tom Ball? When I did the review, was it on that video of the 60-minute where everything was full-blown lies? When I saw that video and I said I had to do a review on it. Okay? And I said, this is to put in the history book. When our great-grandkids are researching about Harry, Meghan, and all of that, It's all the amount of lies of books they have printed. This is what they wanted the kids to know about. Now there's the Oprah interview, and now there's a Spare, Harry's book, and then this. Okay, they're furious. That changed the game for them. They wanted their lies to be the one that stays in the history book. This is what happened here. Okay, so she must have heard some of the things that I've said. All right, let's see here. Meghan Markle and their kids is because the saga will be embedded in history books. It's a serious, dark, and ominous mark on their names. All right, Zoe William. Let's see here. Look past the snipping and family rivalries, and a new book from biographer Omid Scobie paints a deeply disturbing picture. Disturbing picture, but it's the fact. We've seen, go on PYTE, I think, yeah, PYTE. I did say I was not gonna cover their royal engagement when they went to the Caribbean, but I share some of the things with you. Okay, all right, so there's this here, the comments. Okay, that's why they outrage about Oprah, Netflix, and Spare. Exactly. All of them will be part of history. Meanwhile, Full Lady Colin, Tom Bow, etc., all books will be irrelevant. That's right. That's it. This is why Harry had to do. Even before they did the interview, even before Spare came out, even the docuseries, before it came out, I was like, they need to put something out there to counteract all those BS that is being put out there about them. And they were on top of it. Okay? The fallout from EndGame means that the risk of any black person, especially in UK, showing up in royal family photo app has increased exponentially. We all saw how the photo apps with black people increased after what Oprah interview revelation. It only gets worse from here. Okay, so there's me here. Okay, exactly, saying that it's for the history book. Their lies from the beginning, paying people to lie about Meghan, to now the lies were for the history books. What needs to happen is to have law passed to relieve former workers of the royal family of their gag order. Because if I'm not mistaken, after the Queen passed, I think Charles had done something, some sort of a thing that anybody who works should not be talking about the Queen or all of that. That's what some of the thing I'm making reference to. Okay, allow them to speak truthfully, freely of their encounter working for the royal family, not workers. All right, zip it. And I think someone responded to it saying now Meghan needs to, let me just read it. Okay, that would be really helpful then. We will find out about the bullying from Meghan Markle. And there's me here. Everything is welcome to be disclosed. The palace already has the result. Alright, so there's this here. Alright, Meghan Markle is reportedly thrilled her name has been cleared in palace bullying investigation. Alright, so there's that. And there's another screenshot of it. Alright, Buckingham Palace opted to not make the result of its probe into Meghan Markle's bullying claim, which it announced days before the Duchess of Sussex interview with Oprah aired in March 2021 public. But a source gave US Weekly a very clear sense of what was allegedly found when detail how Meghan privately reacted its completion. Alright, so that's that. Alright, you made me think of the Raven. There's a laugh. The shadow of racism shall be lifted nevermore. Okay, whatever. After these three, that's it. They could have changed the course with one decent human response. Instead, they ensured it became entrenched with their dismissive reaction. Like I've said in some other thing, Charles, okay, all he had to do is put a statement out and, you know, stop the bullying and all of that. But they all were, what's the word? They all were benefiting from all the negative press Meghan was getting. At that time, we had the scandal of, what's the other one? Who's never sweat? Prince Andrew. It was consistent, daily, nonsense after nonsense about Meghan. Okay? They all were benefiting from Meghan's negative coverage. Alright? So now, these are all baggage for God to deal with. He knows what each one of them could carry. Alright, EndGame is not what I expected to be at all. Rather than a frothy and gossipy read about all the usual royal suspects, Omid proves to be insightful about the whys and hows of palace machination and concert with the tabloid press. It's Game of Thrones without the bloody mayhem. Like I've said about the Finding Freedom, he just used everything that was already on the tabloid and then sprayed it right back to you. Anyway, I don't really care for Omid, but I'm glad someone in the royal rat space is documenting. I hope more people do thesis on the treatment of Harry and Meghan, as well as the copying of Meghan's style by Kate in different ways. The same style was received by the media and public and published them. I mean, if you're thinking about it, might as well you do it. You're giving ideas, you could do it too. Alright, next tweet. Alright, so there's that here. Let's pause this. Okay, I think it was William and Kate. I think William expressed the most concern to Prince Harry about the potential darkness of Archie's skin color. He's been against Harry and Meghan's relationship from the start. I think William's people are trying to throw Charles and Kate under the bus. After the Oprah interview, they came out and did this. And from my understanding, this event here, I think it was supposed to be only Kate. But he came and tagged along. That was supposed to be Kate thing, but he came and tagged along. You guys could correct me. That's what I remember they were saying. We seen this. Piers Morgan just named the royal who had concerns. 8 seconds. I've shared it already, but for the sake, let's do it.
Royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Katherine, Princess of Wales. Royal.
And he's done. Okay, I said the same thing. I think really is trying to get out of that marriage. That's it. I believe so too. That opportunity opened and he's capturing it. Because he's been done with her for a very long time. But she's not signing the paper. She's that close to become queen. She's that close, okay? That close. Okay, it's William for sure, but Kate Middleton is desperate for his approval and is racist herself, so she joined in on it. Like I said, about the Meghan thing, she could have stayed out of it, especially after how Harry had treated her. If she had common sense, alright, even if she's racist, but don't join in, because the brother, which is Harry, had welcomed her, treated her with respect, stood up for her in the media, but she joined in with the husband and then bash on Harry and Meghan. So now you're on your own. If she had stayed quiet and said, I'm not joining, I'm not part of this, have a say. Just stay out of it. You want to do it? You know, William wants to do it, that's fine. But she joined in. This is where the problem I have with her. This is the baggage that I for God to give her. Right? It is interesting. Anytime William or Prince of Pegging is trending news is released that immediately takes the heat off of him. It almost makes one wonder if William Kemp has any ties to the Dutch publisher translator. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. I'll go into this. Okay, Camilla, Egg, on an Egg show sign of being racist, to be honest. I mean, they all are. Egg will have a brown-skinned person with him when it suits the narrative. Exactly. Tampon gets on with the brown-skinned people in front of the camera, but what happens behind closed doors, none of them get a pass. That's it. That's it. The facade, they know, Charles and Camilla, they know how to play the game. But the others, yeah, I agree with this. Okay, I completely agree with you. Here's a thought. If Morgan, who the royalists believe like his god, has just now named Kate, what are the derangers going to do? They were screaming because her laziness was mentioned. What now? Lord, do we have enough popcorn? I say I was going to go into one. I think it was this one. Okay, it is interesting. Anytime William Pingleton news is released, immediately hit off. Almost as one wonder if William's camp. Okay, so that one. All right, 3 comments in here. Okay, you know they do. Murdoch probably owns the publisher. That is true. Oh my lord. Yes, 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 yes. It's true. Because someone raised it in one of those tweets. It's probably in one of my other videos. That someone said they're not gonna buy the book because the publisher is owned by Murdoch. So there's a possibility. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That is true. Alright, I'm an hour now. I'm gonna stop. Let me stop this video. I have more. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. This is how much I have left. All of this. So I'm gonna stop now. Okay, so let's do a prayer. Prayer for... I don't know. The word human and peace come together. So let's just put that. Human peace. Let's see what happened. Okay, so there's something here. Lord Jesus, we ask you to give us all around peace in our mind, body, soul, and spirit. We want you to heal and remove everything that is causing stress, grief, and sorrow in our lives. Please guide our path through life and make our enemies be at peace with us. Okay, so that's what the prayer said. Let me just leave it as that. Next, okay, let's done with. Alright, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. I think, I don't know if I'm going to do more recording because I'm kind of tired and I have a lot to edit. Alright, so that's it for now.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.